If your ex does one of these three things after breaking up with you, it doesn't necessarily mean that they fully moved on from you and that there isn't any chance of reconciliation. I'm Coach Pearl, relationship coach. Let's get into it. So number one, if right after an ex breaks up with you, they're posting a lot more on social media and they're seemingly extremely happy and they seem like they don't care and they're not affected by the breakup, you need to remember that social media isn't a reflection of how a person actually feels. People are always posting their happiest, most positive selves on social media because it's just a reflection of the image that they want people to have of them. But just because an ex is showing themselves having so much fun, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not hurting and they're not thinking about you and they're okay without you. Also, even if an ex does feel really happy after a breakup, you need to remember that after an ex leaves you, they right away enter the relief stage. They feel relieved that the breakup finally happened because breakups are premeditated. So they're feeling relieved that they're able to go through with it, and they're extremely positive and usually pretty excited for what this new chapter of their life will hold, right? They're thinking, well, I'm going to be single and this is going to be great and this is going to be so much fun. But if you go into no contact, that relief that an ex is feeling can fade over time because they're able to experience all of the negative consequences of the breakup and the negative consequences of losing you. So even if an ex posts on social media that they're happy, it doesn't necessarily mean that the breakup is so easy for them. They never cared of you and it was just so easy to let you go. And B, even if an ex is feeling happy, that is just a part of the relief stage regardless. So it doesn't mean that they're going to feel this way for the whole entire time and they're never going to care about you ever again. Number two, if your ex immediately after a breakup goes on dating apps or starts seeing somebody else or is following other people on social media, it doesn't necessarily mean that they fully moved on from you and they never cared about you. People will go on dating apps right after a breakup a lot of time because they're going through the relief stage. And, exes might want to see if the grass is greener. But first of all, if an ex is on a dating app, it doesn't even necessarily mean that they're looking for a committed relationship. People are on dating apps for different reasons. Same thing goes with an ex following different people on social media. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're trying to find their spouse. And even if an ex is in a rebound relationship, it doesn't necessarily mean that they fully moved on. Yes, a lot of exes might try to find rebound relationships because it might be hard for them to be single. A lot of people struggle being on their own, especially if they're coming out of a long-term relationship. So they might try to replace their ex right away to not want to deal with the effects of the breakup. But it doesn't mean that if you're in no contact, they're never going to be thinking of you. It's the opposite. When